Okay, this is part 2, I guess. I accidentally hit stop recording. So, like I said, you take out these 2 Allen screws, Allen screw 1 and Allen screw 2. And then you're going to go to the other side of the machine here. And this is still the left-hand side where I took out these Allen screws there. You are going to go ahead and you are going to remove this snap ring here and pull off this plastic washer here. And this will let you pull the arm out a little bit. And then I went ahead and I took a paint marker and I marked the pillow block bearing here with the shaft so I can get them in the same spot. And I took out this bolt here and this bolt here, and I was able to just lift up this whole bar here and just swing it off the side there. And I also had a couple blocks of wood here. I'll show you what I used for a block. I just used these 2 boards here. Whatever, a 1x6, 2x6, and I just set them underneath the shaft just to support it there. And then after that, we had to, we gotta loosen the big nut here on here. So you're gonna slide, and before you ever start any of this stuff, you slide your stone all the way off to the left here, you guys. And we use the spanner wrench that comes with this. So this spanner wrench here, you got to go ahead and let's see, loosen a little bit like that. And this here hook bites into there. But what we found out is the shaft kept wanting to turn. We couldn't hold it. So in one of our drawers, we had this thing here. And we had another dual express grinder that we threw away. It was an old machine, wore out. So it could be from that, or else it might have came with this. You guys might have this in the toolbox of yours. But as you'll see on this main shaft here, it's got a keyway there. What my supervisor did is he just went ahead and he stuck this over it, and he stuck the pointed end of this screw in here into there, and he was able to hold it while he was loosening it, and he just kind of hit on his spanner wrench, and he was able to break that nut loose. So going back together, we made sure we put anti-seize on it. We put anti-seize on absolutely everything, but these are the 2 tools that we used to get the stone off, because whatever you do, this machine shaft, you do not want to put a pipe wrench or anything on there. Yeah, you wrecked a perfectly good machine then. So after that, we were able to go ahead and loosen up this collar here and spin that all the way off. So this collar here came off. And as we went this way here too, we just made sure that we were able to, as this side here is raising up the stone and everything, you'll actually drop right out of the shift forks or traverse forks, whatever they call them. They'll fall down. Just keep an eye on it. So you take off this sleeve, unscrew it left hand there. Then after that, the stone and this piece here will all come off as an assembly. And this is a $400 stone, you guys, so do not wreck it. Okay, so we took it off there, and we went ahead and we used Scotch-Brite pads on this main shaft here. And then the inside of this sleeve here, both sides of it, we went on the inside with Scotch-Brite pads, and we scrubbed it all up really good, but it really wasn't very dirty, but just a little bit of grime and dirt can affect a lot, but we didn't think that was going to be enough for us. So we went ahead and so we pulled that off, cleaned that, and then after that, down here, there's actually a few different shafts here, you guys. So the shaft that you see right there, and then there's also another shaft, a little shaft a little bit higher here, but we went for that one down there, and how that's held in is it's got a 19mm bolt right there and a 19mm bolt right there. Yep, those would be the 2, and they were pretty darn tight. It was kind of a knuckle buster, but that is that shaft that runs right by the motor there, and that thing is pretty darn press fit in there, you guys. We kind of had to just twist it to just walk its way up until we got to the end and we could pull it out. And we tried pulling it out actually, but what was holding it? Oh, this was holding it. This is our traverse screw. When you screw it in, it allows the machine to engage the stone and carry it back and forth. And you loosen this here, and then you can physically move the stone yourself where it won't travel with the machine when it's turned on. Well, we took this screw all the way out, you guys. And then also on the bottom of the piece that rides on it, because like I said, it just looks so dirty to us. It looked like that was our problem to us. It's got shaft seals, rubber seals on each side of it, and they were just built up so much with metal shavings and grime. That is, on the bottom, it's got two little 10mm bolts that connect to your little tray here, and that actually rides on its own shaft back there too. And we went ahead and we went right there and we took out those two bolts. And then, like I said, also took out this screw. And then me and my supervisor, we were able to go ahead and lift up this end of the shaft or whatever. We'll kind of dog walk it out, and we walked it right out the left-hand side of the machine. And at that point, I went ahead and I took a small pocket flathead screwdriver, and I cleaned up all around the seal on it. And also on the inside there's special little ball bearings in there, and they don't actually run around. They run the length of the entire thing there. So, and it was all smooth inside there, and we'd never seen bearings like that. Well, I still want to kind of clean out in there, so I took that mechanics pocket screwdriver in there, and actually there are so many little passages in there. It's almost like Egyptian hieroglyphics in there. So just tons of debris was coming out of there, of built up metal shavings. And then after that, I stuck it in the parts washer and I cleaned it up as best I could inside of there. And then after that, I took the air compressor with 90 psi of air in the blowgun and sprayed all that solvent and everything out of there. And then I went ahead and I sprayed WD-40 on the inside of that just to grease up those bearings so they don't make any noise or want to bind up, because it is amazing, like any chains or anything, WD-40 just makes everything move so much easier. It's a lubricant, it's not a penetrant. So I did that, and then also every single shaft on this machine, I went ahead and I Scotch-Brited it too. So then after that, I still wasn't really happy with it, you guys, because I was still worried about this other one here. This here upper part of the shift forks or whatever. Let's see, how does that connect here? Yep, so the shift forks here. So you're gonna have two pieces. This piece is connected to one, and that one's the other. Well, the one with the forks here, this is onto the top shaft, and that is gonna be the same setup here. So how you remove that one is, oh, right here. We got Allen head screws. You gotta take out these two here. They're probably 1.5 inches long, maybe 1.25 inches long there. And how they do it with that shaft there, it has, the shaft actually runs through this block here. And like I said, that's how it's secured, with those two Allen screws on the other side. And then it's also got an Allen screw here if you actually wanted to remove the shaft from there, but we didn't. We just took it all out as an assembly there. So you got one there, and then you also have one on the left-hand side of the machine too. And it is right there. So after I took out these 4 Allen screws, you guys, I was able to just go ahead and lift it out and just take it right out the left-hand side of the machine below the bar here. It all came out of there. And then at that point, I loosened up, I took out this Allen screw here, and I was able to just slide that end right off. And then I could slide that piece there off. And like I said, I took that mechanics pocket screwdriver, cleaned all around the rubber shaft seals on each side of it. And when on the inside, it was all smooth, same ball bearings. But like I said, once you get in there with the mechanics thing, it's like a whole bunch of hieroglyphic passageways in there that you got to clean out. So I cleaned them all out, just chunks of debris coming out like crazy. Then I put in the parts washer again, scrubbed it all down good, and then took compressed air at 90 psi, blew out all the passages. And then after that, sprayed WD-40 in that one. And putting it back together, that was a 2-man job. Like this bottom shaft down there, I was able to do the supervisor helped me pull that one out. But the top one I was able to pull out by myself. But going back together then, what we did is this one here, I was having trouble, the blocks here, whatever, I couldn't see how they were lining up. So I had another guy hold it for me. And then I put those screws in. And we put anti-seize on every single bolt, you guys. And, but, let's see, how did we do this? Okay, we put the bottom one in first. Then we put the top one in. And then we wanted to hook up those two 10mm bolts there. And we could not get them in. We tried bending them and everything. So what we ended up having to do is that bottom shaft there, we ended up having to take those two 19mm bolts out of it. And we were able to maneuver it enough to get those two 10mm bolts in that connect to that droppings tray that catches all the slack there. So then after that, then we slid on this pillow block, put in our two Allen screws. No, wait a minute, we slid that on. We put in the two bolts first, then we put in the Allen screws. Then I went to the back here, put in that plastic washer and the circlip, and I was able to lower the whole thing down. And like I said, I tested it, it travels good. And yeah, like I said, I did one reel here and it cuts perfectly sharp. It's working good. So I hope this helps you guys. If you guys are having it where your grinding stone is just stalling out and jumping and kicking out the breaker and everything, that helped us. If you guys like this content, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll just keep kicking out more of these videos of repairing these grinders and about every type of Toro mower ever made, especially the big ones. All right, okay, bye.